Hey everyone, Abdurrahman from 20 to start with my very late update of today's weigh-in. It's almost 1 o'clock at night here in the UK. So this is actually Saturday, the 22nd of June, 2025's update, although it's now Sunday. So I went out, as I commented in the other videos, with my very old friend. We went for a curry, and I decided it was just good to be with friends. And this is a reality I want to be clear about with this diet. You can go on an extreme phase, and sometimes it's necessary. And if you've got the time and you're going to sort of curtail your social life, then good, knock yourself out. I think it's important. From all of my research, it's really, really important just to get the weight off. Get it off quick. I think a lot of people don't realize just how important losing the weight is and how it will really change your health. And it doesn't matter, from my research, how you get it off. Just get it off now. That should be the policy that you have with it. And that's why sugar fasting, the stricter the better. Just sugar water and V8 juice, etc., as you're hearing from that trucker guy. I'm sorry, I forgot his name, or some of these other ones who've been really, really disciplined. Skeleton City, staying in zone one, the bone zone, for a long time, just to get it out. Cole Robinson saying, string as many days together as you possibly can, get the weight off. I think it's important. But then there's life, right? We have life. I have a life. I have a life. I live in Africa. I'm visiting family. I haven't seen my friends for a long time, and particularly this friend. He loves going to a curry house. Every time we go to the same curry house, I could have been a complete killjoy and tried to work out how to follow the sort of high carb, low fat diet in a restaurant. And I wasn't going to be successful. What was I going to have? Lentils, dal and rice, maybe I would have got away with, but I expect they use ghee in it, which is a fat. It would have been boring, right? So I went out, and this is why it would be a slightly longer update, because I get to tell you my food. We went out, we had a whole lot of poppadoms. We had some fizzy drinks whilst we were having it. There was mango chutney. There was, sort of the creamy sauce. I don't know what it is, but there were sauces that we dipped the poppadoms in. We got three plain, 3 spicy, and then we got another 6 plains. So we had a whole lot of poppadoms because we had a lot to catch up on, and we hadn't been speaking for ages in person. Then we had shared a sort of a mixed meat platter, which came, in sort of fried onions and things like that. It's good, nice, a pretty, fatty, little oily, etc. If you're into Indian food, it. And then I had what's something called charcuterie chicken, which is basically in a thick red, sauce. It's some kind of chicken that is stuffed, like chicken breast stuffed in a red sauce. Clearly not going to be great for you on the fast. And so I was asking, and I think I commented on my last video, I wonder what the damage is going to be. And my guess was that it would be somewhere in the range of 1 to 3 pounds. That's what I was thinking, 1 to 3 pounds. So do you think I was right? Well, it turns out I got it pretty spot on. So despite that meal, and I thought the damage could be quite severe, yesterday I weighed in 207.5 pounds. Today I weighed in 208.75. So that's 1.25 pound increase. For a really good night with my friend, enjoying myself, not curtailing anything that I ate or drank for the evening, I'll take it. And the best thing, and this is what I was saying about the other day, is today I've just gone on a stricter sugar diet. Although I had an evening meal again with my parents, but this was a simple meal, fish and vegetables and a few potatoes. So a good high carb, low fat meal. Maybe a little bit too much protein, perhaps, depending on how you skin the cat. So I expect the scale tomorrow will either be exactly the same as today, so 208.75 pounds, or have gone down a little bit. Maybe I'll be 208 today, or when I weigh myself when I wake up, and then I'm going to go straight back to being strict. Really, really strict on sugar fasting, and what's going to happen. we know now, because there are enough of us doing this, that the scale is going to drop. Alhamdulillah, I have to say, as a Muslim, inshallah, it will drop. But I'm pretty certain now that I've got a measure for this stuff, and it's likely to drop. So I expected this. Salt, rich curries, grilled meat, white rice, fizzy drinks. It's a combo that's always going to put on weight. But maybe I've got some more metabolic control. Maybe my metabolism has got better because I only put on 1.25 pounds. I think in the past I would have put on more. And the problem is then you're stuck in this terrible eating cycle where you feel guilty. If you're like me, a bit of an emotional eater, you feel guilty about what you just did, and so you do it again, or you continue to stay off the healthy eating reservation, and it just compounds the problem. And I think that's why so many people get fat, and especially as you get a little more middle-aged, etc., you get more stressed. There's a lot going on in your life. You're not so strict. You just say, I'm just a bit chubby, right? I'm a bit fat around the edges, but I cover it well because I got broad shoulders, so I'm fine. I don't look so bad. But you're carrying way too much on your body. With me, I was in the obese category until I started this. Now I'm in the overweight category. When I look at the BMI, it's a long way down, long way down to get into healthy. I would have to be sort of schoolboy weight to, schoolboy rugby player. I was a healthy, strapping lad, and played in rugby teams and things like that. And I was always trying to push for 12 and a half. I was 12 and a half stone. I was always trying to be 13 stone. Not sure what that is in pounds, but it's a long way off. And I think following this protocol, I'm almost certain I will get back and I will see 12 stone and a half again, which will be awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. And I know exactly how to do it now following this diet. So a little bit of a longer update. I expected this to happen. Expected the weight to go up. No surprise. This is what happens when you have a life. And I think you should have that life. And that's the best thing. This is really one of the best things for me with this sugar diet. You've got to have a life. I have business meetings that I go to. I'm not going to be that guy who doesn't eat anything, or the one who's always perpetually on a diet. Life happens. Okay, fine. But now you've got a solution. You've got the weapon to deal with it, and then you just deal with it, and that's it. And just be careful. And if you can manage your agenda and your schedule to be, to not string too many bad days together. And then as Mr. Fabulous Body has said, and I'm going to take it, and I've been telling lots of people as if it's my own, I borrowed it from him. Cheat meals, off meals, not cheat days. That is really an important bit of advice. Cheat meals, that's why I went up 1.25 pounds, but not cheat days. And today I've been experimenting with eating. I did the sugar recipe that the trucker guy does with 10 big spoons of sugar in 500 milliliters of water and some cinnamon. And you know what? It's really good, and it's really filling, and I liked it a lot. So I've also been working out how to make V8 juice, because we don't have it over here in the UK, or at least I haven't seen it, and so I might do some videos on my hack to make homemade V8 juice. And I've been doing a whole lot of research, which is why I'm very late tonight on the update on my weigh-in, because I've been binge listening to Skeletor from Skeleton City and Cole Robinson, and learning about potassium and sodium, and wondering whether I have enough in my diet. I was triggered into doing that because I watched several of the videos from the trucking chap, and was wondering why he had this V8 juice, and etc. I'm going to tweak my approach for the rapid weight loss phase, because as I said at the start of this video, it's important. Get it off now. Treat this, if you're overweight, treat it like your hair is on fire, and get rid of the weight. And so, since I have a little bit of time away from my wife, who likes cooking, I'm not going to punish her with being on the crazy diet. I'll do it to myself, whilst I'm waiting for a potential trip to Dubai. And let's see what happens, and I'll report obviously into you all the effect on it. I've been doing very well on my sort of sugar approach. I wonder what's going to happen if I go more hard sugars and less fruit. Not really sure, but we'll see. I expect it. Well, seeing the results that everyone else is doing, I expect it's going to be a positive change. I'm going to try and have at least a few days of that as an experimentation. I'm really happy with this. It's really obvious what happens now. And as I said, don't be boring. Have a life. Have a life. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Don't make. And that's the real beauty of this diet. You don't have to stress yourself out. You don't have to be that guy who's counting calories all the time. You don't have to be the keto one. Oh, I might be out of ketosis and then I'll have the keto flu as I get back into it and all of this stuff. You don't have to be, I've never done that carnivore thing, but you don't have to do it. You can be much, much freer and easier with this sugar diet and sugar fasting. If you have an off meal or even an off day, if you're silly enough to do the off day like I did when I went to the airport, you know what? Just get back on the sugar train and just go strict, and a few days and you will have dealt with it. It's not that complicated. So I'm very happy with all of this. Sorry for the slight rant. Hopefully it's of some value for some people. If you have any comments, please leave them. It was really nice if some people would subscribe. Sometimes I feel a bit lonely here. I try and answer all of the comments. Like, subscribe, that would be great. Thank you for all of the people who are commenting. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one, inshallah. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Get ripped, Habibi.